Hello there, this is Miss Kenitha, the homeless CEO Patterson storyteller of poverty and homelessness. I had a whole recording already taped, but I need to do this again so that I can upload it today, February the 17th, 2026. It is significant for me to release this on this day. God knows why, and I'm just going to be obedient. I'm going to upload this to my YouTube so it can go to my Substack and begin the series of me telling my own memoir. Nothing nobody does or says will stop me from telling this story. And you know what? To be honest, and I just saw it again, this is confronting not only a Cinderella spirit, but this slithering sabotage spirit that has always followed me all the days of my life. I banish it to the pits of hell from whence it came, never to return. It's a accusing of the brethren spirit. When I talk about spirits, I am also, by way of the Lord, a spiritual plantationist, and that's what this story is all about. Telling my memoir as an executive chair in Metro Nashville, Davidson County, being completely disregarded. And I'm going to break down the Cinderella systems with the S, because they're not the only system that is rigged against the people. I call that Nashopoly, where you have these big corporations and people that work together for their own good and selfish gain, but never really for the constituents nor the people they are in position to help. They'll do little things here and there, because I heard of a good story that they did to help somebody get somewhere, and still nothing about us without paying us is always going to be that what we offer, because you would not ask us to be a part of your annual plans if we were not so important, and to use us for those annual plans and to not think about us the rest of the year is asinine. So we're going to break down all these Cinderella systems. We're going to talk about the story. It is going to be paid and exclusive on my Substack. So if you hear me saying a lot, I do have a learning disability that I'm learning how to navigate on my own, because I remain undiagnosed, because even that was sabotage. So that's why I say systems with the S. They're all interconnected. They all try to keep the same people targeted and down. There will be case studies with this, and also research. There are recordings. I'm going to break down the recordings, because that is true open meetings, to be able to disseminate what happened in a meeting. So as the chair, I'm so grateful to the Holy Spirit and my obedience to record everything, because I could talk about it all day long, but can I have a receipt and prove that it really happened and it is not alleged? None of what I'm saying is alleged. It's factual. Some people will look in a certain light. Not my fault. That was their choice of actions, right? And some people redeem themselves. So I will also tell that part of the story. They're in redemption when they respond. The Office of Homeless Services barely responds back to any correspondence that I put out to them. And definitely the same for the mayor's office and conglomerates inside of different departments. They'll leave me on read. I still have the emails about that. My email address was scrubbed, my old nonprofit email address, and it's like they called Microsoft and said, hey, she doesn't have her nonprofit anymore, it dissolved. So where I had that email for 10 years for free, they closed it, it went away, disappeared, wiped all my emails. However, what they did not count on is me being as smart as I am and having everything backed up. So, you can't do that. I'm sure with Gmail won't allow that. I need to figure out how to, because how you going to do that, Microsoft, without talking to me, for one thing. I never received an email about anything. It just happened. And then it's right when I saw someone like Microsoft, and obviously it's a Microsoft email because it said it in my email address. So that was easy for you to be like. But then, this is not a concerned citizen just doing this. This is someone trying to sabotage someone, and y'all actually played into that and erased my emails. I want access to all my emails back, but that's neither here nor there. But I was smart enough to also dually send them. So the receipts still exist for a lot of stuff. So, yeah, and then conversations. I was told at the beginning by Metro Legal and April Calvin. It's funny how I could get Metro Legal in front of me then on the immediate, and when we needed them, we could not get them to get in the room. But to tell me when I became chair that either I let go of my chair position as the lived expertise chair, or I could go ahead and be chair of the Homeless Planning Council. It was an either or ultimatum that they gave me upon my orientation and welcome, is what it was called. I'm like, I don't feel welcome right now. I feel very threatened and feel like I'm being given an ultimatum. They went on with that, having weekly meetings. For me, it was like false neurodivergent tools. Like, you could have supported me the way that you pretended to be supporting me weekly, but I saw the difference because the Lord told me at the beginning of 2020, no more masks, and that meant even myself, of course, but that meant everybody. So I would see beyond people's masks when those types of things happen. So this is my vocal prelude to the book, and kind of counts as the back of the book for me. So you will hear about that, what I went through as a chair. That just was the first trauma I went through. And I recorded every bit of that. We'll go through that and break it down along the way as well. This is like, to me, Nehemiah type of story. Nehemiah helped rebuild what was torn down in his times, and my such a time as this just looks different, but that is my favorite chapter in the Bible. And the Lord, that's one of those chapters, and I've seen it happen before, where the Lord has you on a lesson and you can't leave that until you're done. That happened to us in Exodus during before COVID too. We could not get out of Exodus. I remember my pastor saying that. But yeah, get ready to get my real raw memoir, and it says what it says what it has to say. I'm going to say what I have to say, regardless of what anyone thinks. Yeah, because I have the right to tell my story and the freedom to speech. And we're going to get this story together and out, and the truth, the full truth. Not no sugarcoating it, not no, we're going to tell it bit by bit and ease the people into it. No, I get to tell my story. The rest of it, y'all can do what you want to with it. But I'm going to tell my story. Happy Black History Month. All of this happened 1 year ago. Black History Month. Female black director made sure that all of the cab and the And it wasn't just her. That was her assistant director of research. Some other people, they were able to get on board to say, oh, you know, there's a metro mismatch with, and matter of fact, now that I really think about it, if the transition had not happened yet from MDHA to OHS, then why didn't MDHA continue to pay us for one? That's for one, right, as vendors. If the pot of money is still sitting over there with you, MDHA, that's one question. Second question is, if it's just now going across, how come you're saying it hadn't even went through Metro Council? So what you've been saying the whole time is not correct, right? That Metro Ordinance says that the money can't go through and you pause us because X, Y, Z and all this stuff. You've contradicted yourselves many times over. Ethics dismissed us already. I've been going against whole law departments by myself as pro se litigant. We've always had to do that, myself and the people's advocate. We talk about that all the time, especially her, she really had to fight some big dogs by herself, but thank God she had that experience, in the legal realm. Even with us not being attorneys, we always proclaim that we are not attorneys. We are just peers and advocates across the nation, because we've had national cases and just all kind of people to reach out and find us without us even advertising. It's word of mouth on who we are and the work that we do, even though the work has been hidden. That's why it's a Cinderella system. And we are system change agents, and we are just going to do what it is that we do. Thank you, I want to say, to the COC. Thank you to the current chair for actually responding to me. I appreciate that. And also for you championing, making sure that lived expertise gets in the right place. Away from what has been happening to us. It's very clear what has been happening and what has been pushed under the radar. People really didn't understand what was going on at first, but it's very clear to see now. And I don't let anyone explain it any different than how we have experienced it. It has been a great trauma. So to the point where my body felt like a Mack truck hit it. One instance that you'll learn about in the book. You gotta go and follow my Substack, The Homeless CEO, to get the content. It's exclusive. So, and also on my Facebook, it will be subscribers only that will be able to access it when I share it on my platforms there. And I don't know if LinkedIn has that feature, but you got to go to the paid subscriptions to get the story, because it's like the book being released. So a sister needed her coins a year ago, right? So we're doing the things that are of art, voices unheard, art for change. That's what we're doing, art for change. So yeah, I'm on that team. That's why I mentioned that. So look out for it. It's coming. Happy Black History Month. Black History Now. #.